Throughout history, few events have shaped the world as profoundly as the discovery of America. Our journey begins in 1492, when Christopher Columbus, an Italian explorer sailing under the Spanish flag, set out to find a new route to Asia. Little did he know, he would change the course of history forever. Columbus embarked on his historic voyage with 3 ships, the Niña, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. After weeks at sea, on October 12th, he landed in the Bahamas, believing he had reached the East Indies. Columbus and his crew encountered the Taino people, who welcomed them, sharing food and resources. Columbus mistakenly referred to the Taino as Indians, due to his belief that he had reached India. This mislabeling would have lasting consequences for the indigenous peoples of the Americas. Columbus returned to Spain in 1493, bringing with him tales of wealth and the promise of new lands, which ignited the Spanish crown's interest in further exploration. Following Columbus, numerous explorers set sail, driven by the promise of riches. Hernán Cortés conquered the Aztec Empire in 1519, and Francisco Pizarro overthrew the Inca Empire in 1532. These conquests resulted in immense wealth for Spain, but brought devastation to indigenous civilizations. By the late 1500s, Spain had established a vast colonial empire in the Americas. The introduction of the encomienda system led to the forced labor of indigenous peoples, dramatically reducing their populations due to violence and disease. Meanwhile, the English sought their own foothold in the New World. In 1607, the Virginia Company established Jamestown, the first permanent English settlement. Early settlers faced numerous challenges: hostile relations with indigenous peoples, a lack of food, and disease. Starvation and hardship nearly led to the colony's collapse. However, the introduction of tobacco as a cash crop transformed the Virginia colony's economy. Planters needed labor to cultivate the tobacco fields, leading to the expansion of the transatlantic slave trade, where millions of Africans were forcibly brought to the Americas. As more colonies emerged, each developed distinct identities. The New England colonies focused on trade and religious freedom. The Middle colonies were known for their diversity and agriculture, while the Southern colonies relied heavily on plantation agriculture and slave labor. Interactions between European settlers and indigenous peoples led to both cultural exchanges and violent conflicts. The Pequot War in 1637 and King Philip's War in 1675 exemplified the brutal struggles over land and resources, leading to significant loss of life on both sides. By the mid-18th century, growing tensions between the colonies and Britain erupted. After the French and Indian War, Britain sought to recoup its debts through new taxes, leading to the Stamp Act and Townshend Acts. Colonists protested these measures, claiming they violated their rights as English subjects. The situation escalated with the Boston Massacre in 1770, where British soldiers killed 5 colonists during a confrontation. This event fueled anti-British sentiment. In 1773, the Boston Tea Party took place as colonists, disguised as Mohawk Indians, dumped tea into Boston Harbor to protest the Tea Act. In response to these tensions, the First Continental Congress convened in 1774, advocating for colonial rights. By 1776, the Continental Congress adopted the Declaration of Independence, primarily authored by Thomas Jefferson, proclaiming the colony's right to self-govern. Key figures such as George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, and John Adams played crucial roles in rallying support for the Revolution. Washington was appointed as the commander of the Continental Army, leading American forces against the British. The Revolutionary War officially began with the battles of Lexington and Concord in April 1775. The Continental Army faced significant challenges, including limited resources and training, but their resolve was unwavering. In 1777, the turning point came with the American victory at the Battle of Saratoga. This decisive win convinced France to support the American cause, providing crucial military and financial assistance. The war reached its climax in 1781 at the Siege of Yorktown, where British General Cornwallis surrendered to Washington's forces. The Treaty of Paris was signed in 1783, officially recognizing the United States as an independent nation. In the aftermath of independence, the new nation faced numerous challenges, including establishing a government. The Articles of Confederation proved ineffective, leading to the Constitutional Convention in 1787, where the U.S. Constitution was drafted. The Constitution created a framework for government, protecting individual rights with the Bill of Rights. The journey from Columbus's arrival to the establishment of a republic is a complex tale of discovery, conflict, and resilience. Today, we reflect on these pivotal events that shaped not just America, but the world. From its diverse beginnings to its role on the global stage, America's story continues to evolve, reminding us of the importance of understanding our past and the diverse cultures that contribute to our nation's identity. Thank you for watching. If you learned something new today, let us know in the comments below.